Hi there, I am Dr. LaQuita J, and welcome to my YouTube channel, where I talk about all things and in between being and becoming a pharmacist. How you doing? You all right? Did you know? Let's start it off right. Did you know that we have about 60,000 thoughts per day? And of those thoughts, 80% of them are negative. Did you know that? These thoughts are the core of what we consider our self-talk. Self-talk, um, defined, I forgot by whom, so please forgive me. But self-talk, excuse me, is the habit of the mind to be in a constant inner conversation, commenting, analyzing, explaining, and repeating thoughts. That's the habit. Constant habit, all those things. Now, often these inner conversations that we have, right? You know, those conversations, those, I don't know what I'm doing. Those kind of conversations. Most of them are negative. They are our worries, our fears, our anxieties, our hurts, and our problems. So typically, your negative self-talk makes you feel bad. And of course, positive self-talk makes you feel positive, happy, joy, all those good emotions. This kind of thing happens all the time, and it really plays a lot with our subconscious. Because if you realize the mind is always thinking, where we actually thinking of a thought or the little small voice, aka subconscious, it's always thinking, it's always going. And the key is to use that kind of activity to our advantage. Realizing, realizing what we're thinking and challenging what we're thinking. Now, one way to do this is going to be affirmations. Affirmations, especially repeating them, are a powerful technique to reprogramming your mind. So, I want you to start affirming yourself today. We have to replace those negative thoughts with good thoughts. It's just so important for us to do that. You know, oftentimes we're just constantly having those negative thoughts and woe is me, the shoulda, woulda, couldas. And it's really just time for us to reprogram our mind and replace those negative behaviors with positive behaviors. And one way is through our affirmations. Now, affirmations, simply put, are positive, in my opinion, are positive phrases and words or statements that we say to ourselves. But the thing that makes the affirmation so good is that we have to constantly repeat it. So that's one of the main things. And by constantly repeating those, it's going to boost your self-esteem, your confidence, your health, your productivity, the belief that you can do it. Just honestly, your overall well-being. Um, Now affirmations, to do affirmations, you can simply buy cards. There are many people from all different walks and so many different varieties of affirmation cards for every aspect of your life, whether it's health, business, school, all those things. It's just simply in your career. There are different affirmations for each sector. Um, but you also can just Google some affirmations as well. Even visit our Pinterest board, PharmD To RPh Pinterest board. I'll make sure I drop the link below. It's just use anything for inspiration and affirming yourself. But today, I really want to help you create your own. because I believe sometimes we can look at others' words, but it's truly when we hear our own words, when we when we talk to that Goliath, that's what makes it more meaningful to us. So let's get started. Of course, I'm gonna tell you now, take out your pen and paper because you're gonna need it. It's gonna be a lot of times you just gonna need some pen and paper. So tonight, today, wherever, take your pen and paper out. Um, and be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, what is the biggest fear at this moment? What fear do you have at this moment? Is it not achieving goals? Is it, I'm not even, and that's one of the things there. When you're writing these goals down, be very specific. We can't, like, not achieving goals. What is the goal? So be very, very specific and honest with yourself. What are you not doing? And what is that biggest fear at this moment? I ain't gonna say what you're not doing. What is the biggest fear at this moment? Um, what could it be? You afraid of failing the exam? Maybe the Naplex? Are you afraid you want lose the weight? Are you afraid you will never pay debt? Are you afraid that you'll never get out of this turmoil? What is that? What's your biggest fear? Let's write that down. Now, when you write your biggest fear, the next thing, which is also very important, is the biggest fear. Where do you want to be? Very, very, your biggest fear is number one. Number two, where do you want to be? What do you want to achieve? So, for instance, if if you put your biggest fear is that I don't think I will reach my dream weight. The second thing is, okay, what's your dream weight? Where do you want to be? So it can simply be, for instance, I want to weigh 160 pounds. Okay, that's it. So first, biggest fear you have at this moment. Second, what is it that you want to achieve that brings on this fear? What is that thing? I'm afraid I never reach my goal weight. That's my fear. Indirectly, what is my goal weight? I want to weigh 160 pounds. Now, the third thing, as you can see, we went from fear to what is the goal we want. Now, the third thing is the key thing for the affirmation. This is how you create it. You see the fear, then you went to your goal. And your third thing is to speak to speak it in present tense, to put it in present tense. So I went from I'm afraid of reaching my goal weight to my goal weight is 160 pounds. 3, let's speak that thing. I weigh 160 pounds. That's the affirmation. I weigh 160 pounds. You might want to jazz it up and say, hey, I weigh 160 pounds, period. You might want to say, I weigh 160 pounds, and that is my affirmation. Let's go again. I weigh 160 pounds, and that's my affirmation, period. You see how you see how energetic I became each time I said it? You try. You try yours and see. Just try it. Pause this video and try it. Like, see, say your affirmation 3 times and see what it does for you. Pause it. You pause. I give my own pause. Okay. Now, how did it make you feel? How did that make you feel? Were you excited? Did you feel empowered? Did you feel encouraged? Did you feel positive? Did that feel so good? You're like, man, I did that. I'm good. You know, how did it make you feel? That is my thing for you. Like, how did that make you feel? Captivate that moment and write it down. And then, hey, when it comes to affirmation, when you feeling like when you're moving towards that goal and you feel like, dang, I don't feel that way, pull out that affirmation and say, no, I don't. Because that's how you cultivate positive self-talk. It's through affirmations. And you just reverse engineering. This may be negative to you, but it's positive to me. It may be like, okay, for instance, let's go to my Naplex people, right? The fear of, I'm afraid of failing the Naplex again. My goal, I want to pass the Naplex. So 1, I'm afraid of failing the Naplex again. 2, your goal, I want to pass the Naplex. 3, I have passed the Naplex. Period. I have passed the Naplex by my birthday. I have passed the Naplex before my graduation year, before my graduation anniversary. I have passed the Naplex, I don't know, by Mother's Day. The motivation. It's a time, but you make it your own. So play with it today. Play with it today. As I said, we are soaring this year. We are soaring in 2024. Soar in 2024. And when you're getting out your own way and receiving the tools, like we're receiving tools that's going to help us live our desired life. Get out of your own way. Allow me to help you live your desired life. Get your copy of this Soar in 2024 guide. Go ahead and get your copy. It's linked below. Get your copy. And let's soar. Positive self-talk starts with you. You have to speak over yourself. You have to encourage yourself. Even when you don't feel like it. Even when you're having a bad day. Even when you just want to scream. You have to speak over yourself all the time. And even if you can't, have that moment and still speak over yourself. Until next time, remember, pharmacy is unlimited if you are. Now go be great.